His early childhood was scarred by violence. At just 4 years old, he witnessed the brutal Third Shinobi World War and its countless casualties. The death and destruction Itachi saw at such a young age deeply traumatized him and turned him into a pacifist who despised conflict. From that point onward, Itachi trained relentlessly, dreaming of becoming a top ninja powerful enough to end all fighting in the world. Having wartime experience forced Itachi to mature far beyond his years and set him on a path of seeking peace at any cost. Because he was so capable, Itachi was entrusted with heavy responsibilities very early on. As a young teenager, he found himself serving as a double agent between his clan and the village leadership, while Itachi in turn secretly reported the clan's brewing coup plans to the third Hokage in hopes of preventing war. This role placed an incredible burden on his shoulders. He even shared this secret duty with his best friend Shisui Uchiha for a time, but when Danzo stole Shisui's eye and Shisui ultimately took his own life to stop the coup, Itachi was left utterly alone to bear the weight of saving the village and his clan's honor. Shisui's death anguished Itachi and awakened his Mangekyo, further highlighting the tragic cost of the responsibilities he carried. Despite the toll, Itachi continued to dutifully fulfill his obligations, showing wisdom and sacrifice far beyond what should be expected of someone his age. Ultimately, the Uchiha clan's growing hatred toward the village led them to plan a coup d'etat against Konoha's leadership. This placed Itachi in an inhumane position between his clan and his village. Konoha's elders, particularly Danzo Shimura, decided that the coup must be stopped at any cost and presented Itachi with a cruel ultimatum: either stand with the Uchiha and inevitably watch his entire clan, including Sasuke, perish in the ensuing civil war, or preemptively massacre the clan himself to protect the village with the promise that Sasuke would be spared. At just 13 years old, Itachi was forced to make this harrowing choice. Torn between family and peace, Itachi chose to sacrifice his own clan in order to prevent a greater bloodshed and to save his little brother's life. He was pressured, man. This decision broke his heart and burdened him with unbearable guilt, but in his mind, it was the only way to avert a full-scale war. To ensure he could carry out the deed, Itachi even struck a secret deal with a rogue shinobi. With the stage set, Itachi forced himself to commit treason. In one horrific night, Itachi and the rogue shinobi slaughtered the entire clan, sparing no one except Sasuke. Itachi personally cut down his own parents, who, in their final moments, held no hatred toward him. They told Itachi they were proud of him and begged him to take care of Sasuke. He let Sasuke live, believing that his younger brother was the only one who deserved to punish him for these crimes. To cement Sasuke's desire for vengeance, Itachi staged the scene to look as cold-blooded as possible. He allowed Sasuke to see him standing over their parents' bodies and subjected him to a torturous genjutsu. Itachi then lied to Sasuke that he had killed their family solely to test his own strength, claiming he had never loved his little brother, all in order to inflame Sasuke's hatred. He urged the traumatized Sasuke to get strong enough to seek revenge one day, even suggesting Sasuke obtain the power of the Mangekyo by killing his best friend. In doing this, Itachi effectively cast himself as the villain in Sasuke's eyes. As Itachi walked away that night, Itachi's heartbreak was evident, but he had resolved to live with that pain, to fulfill what he thought was the greater good. Itachi loved Sasuke. From the day Sasuke was born, Itachi was attached to his younger brother. Sasuke's safety was Itachi's utmost concern, and it was ultimately Sasuke's innocence that convinced Itachi to go through with the massacre of the clan. Sasuke was too young to be confronted about the situation. You know, Itachi believed that sacrificing his own soul and reputation was worth it, especially if it meant Sasuke could live. Before carrying out the clan's downfall, Itachi secretly negotiated conditions to secure Sasuke's life. Thus, even as he became labeled a traitor, Itachi was ensuring Sasuke could live. Everything Itachi did, he did with Sasuke in mind. After annihilating his clan, and eventually joined the Akatsuki, a notorious organization of rogue ninja, to the outside world, he appeared to have truly betrayed his village and forsaken all loyalty. He embraced the role of an outlaw, becoming infamous as the murderer of his clan and a dangerous S-rank criminal. Donning the Akatsuki cloak and working alongside deadly criminals like Kisame Hoshigaki. Unknown to almost everyone, however, Itachi was still secretly working for the good of the village, even while in Akatsuki. His departure from Konoha had been part of a covert arrangement. Itachi would act as a spy within Akatsuki to keep the organization's threats in check and warn Konoha of any looming danger. In other words, Itachi remained loyal to Konoha from the shadows. He continued serving the village's interests anonymously for the rest of his life, even as he outwardly appeared to be an enemy of the state. Whenever they crossed paths in the following years, Itachi taunted Sasuke for being weak and reminded him to grow stronger, all to fuel Sasuke's desire to someday kill him. Itachi's plan was that if Sasuke could defeat him, Sasuke would be hailed as a hero of Konoha for avenging their clan. He absolutely never wanted Sasuke to learn the bitter truth. In fact, Itachi hoped that even if someone told Sasuke the truth, Sasuke would dismiss it as false. Itachi had traded away his little brother's love in order to ultimately keep Sasuke safe, a sacrifice that defined their tragic sibling bond. All of Itachi's efforts led to a final confrontation with Sasuke. After years of anger and training, Sasuke sought out Itachi for revenge. By this time, Itachi was nearly blind from extensive use of his Mangekyo. Throughout the battle, Itachi refrained critically harming his brother and had no intention of winning. He wanted Sasuke to give him the death he deserved. As Sasuke exhausted his last attack and had nothing left, Itachi appeared to corner him. Mortally weakened, coughing blood, Itachi approached Sasuke with Susanoo behind him. Sasuke believed Itachi meant to steal his eyes. Instead, Itachi gently poked Sasuke's forehead, the same loving gesture he used to do when they were kids. In that moment, the facade dropped. Itachi gave a faint, genuine smile and said, "Forgive me, Sasuke. That's it.